Hello, and welcome to our Digital Leadership Podcast series, where we discuss digitization, AI, cybersecurity, and the future of industry. Joining us today is Mr. Rishiraj Choudhry, a seasoned quality leader who has spent almost 15 years in consumer durables and electronics manufacturing industry. It is one of the iconic industry. This is LG Electronics India. His expertise spanning quality management, product compliance risk, Six Sigma, and environment regulation have given a unique perspective to the manufacturing industry. He has been instrumental in integrating AI with quality and production processes at LG. Welcome, Mr. Rishi Raj. It's a pleasure to host you today.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's been a while, participating in such discussions and meetings. I'm very much looking forward.
Thank you so much. You have taken your precious time out for this discussion. You are doing quality and product compliance at LG, and which has made a history by a landmark IPO. How does it feel to be inside LG at this particular moment in its journey?
Well, the feelings are a lot more than what I can express in words. It's kind of mixed feeling because obviously pride comes first. Extremely proud to be a part of this fraternity, and with that also comes along the responsibility, the essence of knowing the customer and responsibility towards the customer. And having said that, it has been a long journey. I think as it has been 24 years with me in LG. I started my career in LG South Korea in 2002. So 6 years I was working in the R&D department in LG South Korea, and then came to India 2008. And I joined LG India in 2008, and LG India actually kind of started its journey in 1997. So it was already established when I joined, but ever since that period also I have seen a lot of transformations going in the company. So mutually both me and my company has seen a lot of growth and transformation during this entire period. And one of the transformation I would like to add here is LG has immensely transferred from being a manufacturing company to a solutions providing company. So if we look at LG's LG Electronics organization structure, earlier we had home appliances, home electronics, then audio-visual sections, but now we have actually started using a new name like Home Solutions, Air Solutions. The reason being, we believe in bringing into the customer a complete solution so that they can meet that level of ecstasy. And having said that, also I feel that this journey is going to continue for a while, and there is a lot more to see beyond this. With a lot of changes happening already in the industry, there is so much to look forward to.
Yeah, right. So talking about your profile, it's quite rare because you have a lot of things on your plate. It is like starting from quality management, product compliance, and even AI now. So what do you think, how this cross-functional lens works for you better, and is it more important than having expertise in one particular aspect?
See, actually, what I would it's first of all, thank you that you noticed that because this entire profile of a quality leader, I feel it's evolving with changing times, and it should be. When I was working with LG, I made a very conscious effort of identifying all those areas where quality risk can be concerned, right? So in addition to continuing with the core quality values, starting from our supplier quality, and then process quality, and then outgoing quality and field quality, in addition to that, there is a factor of compliance. There is a factor of AI, which has recently started coming into, and as a global company, actually we perceived this much earlier. and especially compliance, product safety, and environment. Already we started integrating into this profile, and I made a very special effort to set this up in India, because in India, like things were still growing. Still, we are having a lot of regulations coming in, and now all of a sudden, within the last 2-3 years, I think there is a tremendous growth of standard and regulation compliance in the country. Obligations for the manufacturers have increased in terms of compliances. So definitely, complying to that or meeting that adds to the core quality value from the customer's point of view. Number one. Number two is with the growing market. If I talk about our market, especially like air conditioner, refrigerator. Air conditioner penetrates to barely 18 to 19% of the Indian market. So there is so much left actually to reach out to, right? And when this happens, when the market increases, then there is a lot of production with high efficiency which is needed, right? So obviously in today's times, everybody wants good quality with low cost.
True.
So to meet that, that is where we need technologies powered by AI, where the efficiency comes. So considering these two aspects, which can so much add value to the final product quality for a customer, I feel these are very integral part of a quality leader profile. And not just being a part of the profile, I feel he also needs to have know-how related to. So I feel that compliance is no longer a legal person's field. Only a legal person in a company should be responsible for compliance. No, I feel everybody down the chain, right, from R&D, quality, everybody needs to know about it and needs to add value to it, so that value is reflected in the product for the customer. Similarly, AI also. I mean, in case of AI, the way it has come in today, I think awareness is must. We also need to have core members of AI in the organization who actually adds value to the final product and the entire efficiency of the process to build up. Yeah.
Right. And usually people say like quality is always driven by data, be it like collected from shop floor systems or from testing labs. So how mature are we in data integration in today's environment, and are there any challenges, or do we still need to do something about it?
See, I think when we talk about data part, it is, in one word, I'm going to say that it's still not matured as far as the entire ecosystem is concerned. If we talk about application of AI, yes, the maturity can be seen within the in-house, within the shop floor, in the labs. Yes, in the shop floor we have data, in the labs we have data which we can capture, we can assess. But what about the supplier side, right? When we go into the one side of the entire supply chain, the supplier side, suppliers in India are still kind of at a very mushrooming stage, I would say. So still they are doing a lot of operations, inspections based on manual observations. So they're doing it manually. So once I think the entire, and also field, I think field side, if I talk about capturing data regarding a customer usage point of view, we do not have enough data, because I think customer defect detection point of view, we have systems. But what about the customer and uses methods and habits? What about the impact of environment on those methods, and what about the impact on finally the product usage? So these capturing is also needed. So that capturing, slowly it's evolving for sure. And same I can say for suppliers also. In our key and strategic suppliers, there are a few suppliers who have started coming up with great amount of automations in their different processes. So slowly it's coming up, but if I talk about now, as of now, it's not enough. And we need to continue, keep the automation level and the automation rate across all the different sectors of the supply chain, level it up, so that we have sufficient amount of historical data that can be used while basically giving judgment, while giving assessment, while doing the risk assessment, and also while doing some kind of predictive analysis, which we can talk about in today's AI's age. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So that is what I would say. And if this entire data system of the entire supply chain is consolidated or is stable, it is stored, it is stable, and then it can be traced back, then we can think about integrating and centralizing it, and then having an overall quality outlook from all the sectors, right? So yeah, that's how we should go. So the first part, I think, is digitization. There's a lot of manual work which we need to digitize or automate. Second part is basically once it is digitized, then it is captured, and then the machines which we would be using, probably we do the training or the learning part of the machines. And third part is, of course, using the output of this learning for giving judgment or for assessing the inspections, right? And also integrate the new technologies of predictive analysis in the third part. So this is like a flow. So the workflow needs to be renovated, modified, upgraded step by step. So we are still at the first step, I feel. So we still have more steps. It's not that I'm talking about the overall picture. So if I talk about in-house, yes, we are almost done. But supplier and customer side, yes, I think we are yet to do, because those are things which are beyond our scope. But working coherently, working together, I think surely it can be done.
Obviously. And in a connected environment, because now you have suppliers, you have vendors, you can definitely control your processes, but you have no control on suppliers or vendor, your customers also. So how you are making it sure everything goes in peace and there is no hindrances anywhere? Or do you suggest any kind of measures that can be taken to integrate everybody as part of the environment?
Yeah, see, the thing is, integration, just like I said a while back, integration can only be done once we can be assured of systems with data available at all these different sectors of the supply chain, right? So once this data availability is assured, once there is sufficient amount of historical data at all the different sectors, then I think we can think about integrating. Then we can think about bringing in machines doing judgments and increasing the efficiency. And I can see that this is a need for the future, as I shared or explained it in the beginning, that with times coming in, with the penetration of appliances increasing in the market, with the demand for it growing, now it's no longer basically a requirement of the so-called upper class. It's also growing and penetrating into the different classes of the society. So it is becoming an essence and need to manufacture high class, high quality machines in bigger numbers, and with lower cost. So that's the reason, that is where I think this application of this integration that you're talking about, application of machines that can take judgment based on historical data, comes into picture.
True, absolutely correct. From a product safety and compliance perspective, how critical is real-time monitoring and traceability? Are the systems mature, or do we need more efficiencies to be built in before we actually go and handle this critical thing?
Yeah, so as far as criticality is concerned, regarding product compliance and safety, in a line I can say that it's quite critical. Reason being, first of all, let's talk about the monitoring part, the data monitoring part, right? It is needed in two levels. First level is in the level of the government of India, which is already happening. If you know about some of the websites related to environment, like the e-waste and the plastic waste websites, which are there, which are being set up by CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board. So these websites are already seeking data from manufacturers all over the country. So now it has been a while, like 1-2 years, and they're kind of data starting from the waste disposal to the amount of products being manufactured and sold in the country, the waste being carried or been taken to the recyclers, the amount of waste which is being recycled and then regenerated, the financial part of it, how much how the revenue cycle is being made, and how the recycling waste, how it is being sold, what is the amount coming out of it. All these informations, the transparency is right now there in the government website for e-waste management. So this is a beginning. All I'm trying to say here is that even in case of energy, the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, BE, who is responsible for all the star level ratings in the different appliances, they are also having their own websites where they're taking the data and inputs from manufacturers related to all the models, the energy value, the consumption value. So they have a huge database, and it's going to get bigger from here. So what they are going to do with this data? Actually, this data, first of all, what we perceive is going to give some kind of early warning in case if there is any risk seen, right? So they have tie-ups with different laboratories, and then they do the testing through their authorized labs. And if the labs are finding some kind of an issue with any product, it can give an early warning because the data is already there in the early warning, and because the data is already there in the website. So it will help in proactively identifying the risk before spreading it further among the customers, and give a warning to the customers as well that this product is not complying, and then this is what it needs to be done. This process was there earlier also, but it was manual. Now, because with AI and with the historical data management part, they are having a plan to make this very prompt and quick, so that risk can be assessed earlier and it can be mitigated also earlier. That's at the government level. Coming to the manufacturer level, we also have our own systems. So like in our case, as far as compliance is concerned, we try to capture the data right from the material enters into the factory, and till the time it is kind of dispatched as a product. So at different parts we are capturing the data which is related to compliance, like the data which we are sharing as an information for the customer, like in the energy label, the rating label, all the data that we are kind of sharing with the customer. So those data we are trying to store, we are trying to create a history, so that the risk, if any kind of risk, if during inspection can be identified, and then it can be prevented from going to the field to the customers. So this is data monitoring, that is one part, and I think the second part is the traceability.
Yes.
Traceability is effective because if there is any issue, post-issue analysis, what we call it, when we go for a deep dive root cause analysis, right, we want to know exactly from which location, from which product, from which part or which period this issue has started. In that case, we need to have a very strong traceable system. So most of the manufacturers, what they are doing are they are putting QR codes or barcodes, as we call in the products, by which you can get all the information about the date that product was manufactured, the date it was collected from the supplier. In fact, the information also carries, and the barcode also carries information about the supplier as well. Right. So basically, you can get an entire historical information about the product from the moment it was produced till the time it was being used. Right, the entire life cycle, you can trace through these kind of systems. So traceability and data monitoring, these are, I think, the two critical parts which will come handy for product compliance once we go through, if we apply AI or digitization in this two areas. Additionally, there are a lot of things coming, the repeated testings that we need to do, that can be the efficiency can be more higher, because manual testings take a lot of time, samplings, and then involving a lot of operators. So these also can be optimized, the efficiency can be increased if we consider digitization in this area. So yeah, I guess this is how it can add value in maintaining compliance or in assessing the risk. Yeah.
Right. See, in the manufacturing environment, lot of digital transformation has already taken place, and many manufacturing companies are heading towards it. What do you think? Like, where are the areas which are still unexplored or untapped, where we can still apply digital transformation, and in what sense?
See, the thing is that normally, if I talk about the part quality, say overall, when we manufacture a product, in case of manufacturing, when we make a product in the line and when we make it ready for the customer, part quality is one area where, as I already shared, where I think there is still scope for improvement. The part we receive from our supplier end, right? So when the part comes from the supplier end, if the part comes in a very perfect way, the way it is designed to be assembled to the product and to be made okay for the customer, then it makes our job a lot more easier. So I think, as I said earlier, this digitization part is also needed to a certain extent at the supplier side, because right now the supplier outgoing quality is basically responsible for the final quality of the part which will be dispatched to the main plant, right, to the manufacturer. So if the supplier outgoing quality is again basically inspecting based on sampling, it is not able to do it 100%. So in the production line, when the part has been manufactured at the supplier side, there needs to be 100% inspection in their line. And how is that possible? That is only possible through digitization, or it is only possible through applying this AI technology. Because in the line, as you know, there is very limited time for inspection. So with technology only, it is possible to ensure that all the inspection features are covered within a stipulated time. If a human does an inspection, obviously one thing is that there would be tiredness. Second thing is they are prone to commit errors, because manual errors are bound to happen. So I feel the part quality or the supplier quality is one area which I feel is still unexplored and which still needs to be focused on. So that will also help in integrating the entire system, So that's one area I think we need to focus right now more on. And as I said in the beginning, the customer quality also, the customer side. Yeah, we receive the data from our service centers, but beyond that, the customer user's point of view, that is one area that needs to be explored. Yeah.
Right. So you recently wrote that AI integration is reshaping.
That was on my LinkedIn, I think, post, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So
I'm glad to know people are taking notice of that. Yeah.
So you wrote like AI integration is reshaping customers' mindset, their habits, and manufacturing efficiencies, product capabilities. So how this has impacted overall your quality department on the floor?
Yeah, see, like if I talk about reshaping, then it would not be a very right thing to divulge too much details of what is going in the company, but I can definitely let you know what we are working at currently without disclosing too many details. So basically our current CPO, the Chief Production Officer, Mr. Yong Chang Jang, he is a South Korean. So he has an incredible plan for setting up AI based organization in our company. So Noida plant we are having a vision of setting our Noida plant as a smart factory either by the end of this year or maybe like middle of next year. So aligned with that vision, there are a lot of activities which are currently going on. So The way we are approaching is that first of all, awareness among the employees. Then, like I said before, that we are trying to prepare some core committees where every department would be having one person who would be efficient and who would be basically eloquent in AI skills and AI knowledge. And then of course, first identifying how the workflows, the current workflows, can be made more efficient. So coming to the quality area, the shop floor area, if I talk about, so the first part, if I talk about, is the incoming quality, right? The incoming quality in our factory is where we receive the parts from the manufacturer. So there, then in the line quality, from incoming quality, the product goes to the line. So we call it line or process quality, where the assembling happens. And then finally the outgoing quality, where the final product is being inspected, right? So in all these areas, there are different stages where there is a scope for automation. So we first try to identify those areas, and then we try to see if, when we replace them with machines, what exactly we have to do. The first part is the data capturing. There should be sufficient data, right? So that when we do the training of the machine or learning of the machine, right? So it is able to take the decision appropriately. Already 4-5 I think projects we have started doing, but we have realized that that the validation is taking some time, because the machine to learn, there are different kinds of data which keep coming every day. The nature of the defect, right? It's different in nature every day. So there has to be sufficient amount of historical data for the machine to understand and identify, oh, this is that defect, and that's why it's giving an alert, and this is why the corrective action needs to be taken. So identification of these areas is first, data capturing and identification of areas is next. Comes the, in a very layman's term, the analysis part. So once the issue is identified, defect is identified, analyzing it, where it is coming from, what can be the factors, right? So these we were doing manually. So we have started identifying areas where the machine can actually contribute in doing that analysis part. So again, while doing the analysis, if the machine has to do the analysis to know that these are the kinds of defects which are there, it has to be fed with sufficient amount of data so that it can actually kind of compare and then give a decision. There are various techniques. I think you coming from a field of automation would be knowing it. There are various techniques which are used here. So there are techniques where basically classification is used, techniques where decision trees are being used, right? So these are different logics which are being used in analyzing. Then there is the classic example of regression analysis which is being used while doing the analysis part. So these are basically very much part of how the automations in AI are being done. Then comes finally, so the most I feel as considering quality of a product, when we want to, and when and where we want to use the quality, I think the process quality, the line quality, where all the products must go through, is an area where I think this should be done, because first of all, the quality inspector does not have enough time to do the inspection. So this is where I think a machine can replace, obviously, but needs to be monitored by a human again. So as much as automation we can do in the line, that is always beneficial, right? So this is what we are targeting. Then comes outgoing quality. Of course, those are sample based testing, much easier to do. And then finally the field quality. Like I was saying, we are still having weaker areas where we want to identify the customer habits. India being a very diverse country, so different people, south, west, northeast, have different habits,
right,
of the daily habits, either using a product, and then their tastes are different, their choices are different. So it's also important to capture those habits So those habits capturing in the form of data is something which I guess is one area which everybody probably needs to work on. Even I think from the government side also they are trying to do that. So yeah, all put together, this is how it is progressing as of now. So let's hope that we continue doing this, and we hope to achieve our vision that our CPO has for LGL Noida. So quite excited about it and looking forward. Yeah.
So, LG is manufacturing and assembling refrigerators, ACs, washing machine, all at scale. So, how do you maintain that inspection part, quality part? Is it a vision inspection, AI powered vision inspection, or sensor based, or predictive methodologies there, or a combination of everything?
See, again, it depends on the requirement. Like, if I talk about the line or the process, right? So, where we need to check the appearance of the product. So, in the assembly line, when a product is coming and the quality inspector is checking it, so maybe at a particular stage, his role is to see whether the product is looking good, if there are any flashes, if there is any dent, and he's just checking that, right? So he needs some time to do that, right? So instead of that, if if we deploy vision inspection, so that can also do the same thing. But of course, there is a human interpretation towards acceptability and not acceptability. But that logic needs to be defined when the machine does the inspection, right? So that is where we need vision inspection. The other things you mentioned about was, one was vision inspection, you said, another was
predictive models.
Predictive models, right? So when the predictive models is the next stage, I believe. First, once the inspection is automated, right? Next, we can utilize the data. So again, this is very much dependent on what data we have. If our historical data is very strong, then predictive analysis or predictive models can work very well. Because once the inspection is auto, along with auto inspection, it is also collecting and storing the data. So once the storage of data is sufficient, like 3 years, 4 years, we have been having this setup, then it can also give a prediction or a forecast to all the respected inspectors that this kind of issue, based on the severity or the risk of the issue that has come in the past, so it can make a prediction that this issue may come for this model, so you be prepared. That kind of a message can be given to the, so that is prediction. So forecasting is a next stage, so that is also something that we are working on, like the industry. And I feel for future also, forecasting or predictive analysis is a very important part. This is actually the difference between what is happening today and what can happen in the future.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Being a Six Sigma black belt, I believe like you have been doing data driven process improvements much before AI came into the
Yeah,
picture.
absolutely. Yeah.
So as per you, where is the boundary? Like where did this traditional Six Sigma end, and from where did the AI takes the lead? Are they competing or they are like complementing each other?
No, they are definitely not competing, they are complementing. Let me tell you in a simple way. In Six Sigma, when we talk about the Six Sigma methodology and theory, we call that approach as a DMAIC approach, right? So you first define the problem, right? And then you measure, and then you do the analysis, and then you improve, and then you control. So it is DMAIC. Now, Six Sigma basically talks about controlling the defect, identifying the defect, first defining the defect, of course, doing the detail of the defect definition, analyzing and improving it, and controlling it. And during this analysis, there is a lot of statistical approach which is used while analyzing and while improving and while controlling. So there are different stages, like when we are doing the measuring part. So the measuring involves a lot of repetitions, a lot of number of samples to be tested. So a lot of repetition work that the person has to do. Similarly, when we talk about analysis also, so analysis are based on sometimes comparisons, sometimes the logic tree analysis and methods to identify the factors. So there is a lot of human intervention which is needed. So areas like measure, that is where I think AI can add value, right? Or areas, even analysis, if there is analysis is like a very standard encrypted one, that's where value. But then definition of a problem and then controlling and improving a problem, that is where the human intervention is definitely needed, right? So we cannot say that AI can replace DMAC method. So it's basically, DMAC is a tool by which we are reducing the defects in our entire, but definitely that needs human intervention at certain levels. AI can definitely complement because it can help in making it. One of the weakness of, I would say not weakness, I would say maybe gray area if you compare to AI. It may take a lot of time depending on data. If we talk about doing the DMAC process manually, like I said, measuring may take a lot of time, analysis may take a lot of time, right? So this is where AI can come into the picture, and since based on AI logic, it can be done at a lot of faster time. So a lot of data can be treated for improvement in a very shorter span of time. So these are phases where AI can come into and help in Six Sigma, but it would be wrong to say it can replace, because certain stages, intervention, human thoughts, human analysis are needed for that. And to reach that level of AI, I think we still have years to go.
Yeah, right.
So
in fact, a lot of companies are bringing in their manpower back, and
right. So that will, maybe if I talk about replacement, will take time. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
So from your experience, which business functions in manufacturing still have the scope for digital transformation?
Apart from quality, I think market, supply chain management, where we talk about sales forecasting, and then where we talk about inventory management, demand forecasting, right? So that's one area. And then in supply chain also we talk about shipment tracking. So that's another area. So these are areas where there is a lot of data which is involved, and that's why I feel it's having a lot of scope for application of AI. Yeah.
I know, like LG is coming up with its third manufacturing facility in Sri City, Andhra Pradesh.
Right. Yeah.
So how does it look like? Do you think adding up a new plant, new facility is always better than retrofitting an existing one?
Yeah, I think things become easier as far as implementation is concerned, because with a new setup, once we have a good vision, to execute that vision, it becomes easier. The reason being, the platforms are new. The platforms are aligned with the technologies which are also kind of new. And first of all, as far as the data capturing part is concerned, it becomes easier because of new platforms. It is easier to assimilate all the data. Then integration becomes easier. So it is easier to form a combined interface, or database, or you can say a dashboard for a centralized monitoring system. Establishing stuff like that becomes easier. And third, overall, I feel issues related to changeover of technology from legacy systems to the modern systems, that issue is not there, which is very often seen, which actually we are currently facing in our industry today. So I will always opt for a fresh setup in terms of AI application.
And since LG is investing more in AI and digital transformation, so all this expands the base for OT threats. So how is things going on in your organization? Is like that a conversation that has gone up to operations and quality leaders, or is it something that is still handled by the IT?
No, actually, it's no longer something related to IT only. So my chief production officer, Mr. Yongchan Jang, is very clear about the fact that the 7S need to be spread among all the members. Additionally, we need to have specialized core technical members in every organization to get this smoother and get this done easily, right? So that's why it's not just a matter of IT department; it goes beyond that.
Right. So India is already like marking 68th year for this industry.
Appliance industry.
And if you are given with a chance to write the next chapter of this manufacturing story, so what role will you play and how will you do that?
Okay. So first of all, I think the digital transformation which is happening in this industry, that itself is immense, and I would definitely like to take worthy part or contribution in this entire transformation in the way in which I can create a customer who feels ecstatic about any kind of product, and so the transformation from the core values of quality that gives customer satisfaction to a customer who feels ecstatic about a product, that is the transformation that I would like to go for. And I would like to play a very valuable contribution in that particular transformation through all these technologies which are coming across, and addition of value to customers' lives. This has always been what LG has been doing, and we would like to continue doing this for all the time to come. Yeah.
Great. So we are reaching towards the end of this conversation,
Okay.
and we'll do it with rapid fire questions.
Sure.
You can use couple of words wherever you find like there is a necessity to do
Okay.
so. Factory automation or workforce upskilling?
Workforce upskilling, because I guess without workforce upskilling, the factory automation can be very difficult. Yeah.
Which is the future, inspection based quality or predictive quality?
Definitely predictive quality, because this is a new dimension of quality where we are doing the risk assessment in advance, and this is only for securing our quality against any kind of customer issue. Yeah.
One manual quality process you would eliminate forever?
I think the manual process related to appearance inspection is something which I would like to eliminate forever, because it creates a lot of opportunities for manual errors, considering the fact that the inspector need to look into the nitty-gritty of the products, which can be very tiny, minute, and he may not have enough time to notice that. And on the other hand, which is also becoming a very important aspect of today's market, to attract customers. So this is where I think I would like to completely remove the manual part and put an AI for the inspection. Yeah.
Which is tougher to control at scale, supplier quality or in-plant quality?
No, supply quality for sure, because as I already shared, this is something currently beyond our domain. But considering the kind of quality management that we need to do on a large scale, so it should cover the entire supply chain, and that is why LG, as a part of their culture, they also take their supplies along with them.
Great. Which is more challenging, greenfield or brownfield transformation?
Well, brownfield transformation for sure. Like I said, there is always the necessity to bridge that gap between the legacy systems and the new technology, and the challenge is always there in that case. And for a greenfield, it's always easier because you start from scratch and you can execute your vision accordingly. Yeah.
Right. One risk in a connected factory that leaders often underestimate?
Again, I would like to say that one of the most underrated aspect of any kind of product quality is the visual quality, the appearance quality, because people slowly are kind of beginning to realize that this is a very important selling point, especially when we talk about the female gender in Indian market. There is a special attractive quality about the appearance of a product, which kind of attracts them to buy the product. So that's one area which I think we need to equally focus on, and with a lot of I think detail and a lot of analysis we need to do, where again I think AI can help us a lot. Yeah.
One line of advice for a young engineer in a manufacturing quality role who wants to grow into a senior leader, what will it be?
Okay. This is something which I keep doing when I have one-to-one sessions with a lot of my members, new and old. So first thing which I think I would like to highlight is that having a vision is very important for any individual to grow and to carry themselves forward towards a certain goal. Second, I believe while you have a vision, you also have a career development path. But along with having a path, we should not restrict ourselves to that part. We should allow ourselves to flex a bit, to challenge our own capabilities and take risks, and try to go beyond what we are planning. That way it is a very good chance to know a lot more about the current industry, and that is what leaders are all meant to be. They are not just specialists, they have to know about the entire industry. So it's important to know every aspect of the industry. That's what I would like to emphasize on. The third is giving back to the organization, which I feel sadly enough is seen to be missed in today's new employees who are kind of taking into the jobs. So why it is important is because sometimes, and as a human nature, we always put ourselves and our choices, our requirement always in upfront. But when you work for an organization, it's so important to give it back to the organization, have that sense of responsibility, to own it, and then and this can be done through a lot of ways, like team bonding, being a team member, how you're contributing as a team member. So all these aspects actually help you to grow as a leader, because when you realize the importance of the essence of an organization or the essence of a team, then eventually you will know how you can lead a team. So I feel these are the few things which I feel one should take care of when you kind of go into this industry and grow along with this industry.
Right. Thank you so much, Rishi Raj, for such a insightful conversation with us today.
It was my pleasure. I also got involved in this kind of conversation after a while, and usually in our day-to-day life, when we are engaged so much in our work, we never got an opportunity to talk openly and discuss about this. And I would also wish you all the best for your organization. Keep up doing the good work that you have been doing, spreading the thoughts, the knowledge to people who are eager to know about it, helping the industry out in these areas. Yeah.
Absolutely. So one key takeaway from today's session is quality is not restricted to end of production lines now. It is more than that. It has developed its own intelligent systems with predictive analysis, AI, automation, decision making, and much more. And we always need to remember that technology is just an enabler. Ultimately, the real change has to come from the human aspect. I hope you have liked today's podcast, and we hope to bring more such valuable discussions driving technology and leadership, talking about digital innovation, digital transformation. So thank you so much for tuning in to our Digital Leadership Podcast series. See you again.